thing we do for the fall cleanup, we basically cut back grasses, daylilies, hostas, and sedums. So what we need to do is properly show you so you can identify those 4 items, and that's all we do. There are a lot of different varieties of things. Most of these office buildings, things like that, that's all there is. But again, hostas, daylilies, sedums, and grasses. That's the 4 things we're doing. We're not doing anything with flowers, not doing anything with roses, not doing anything with anything else. If you're not sure about something, take a picture, send it to your supervisor. It takes 2 seconds, okay? So basically, these are daylilies. Basically, you will cut them down. Everything you're doing, you're cutting flush at the ground. So it should be a nice, neat little stump, basically, and then rake it and remove it. For a big area like this, it's best just to go ahead and cut them all down, just get them all cut down, rake them all up, remove it, and then go on to the next bed. Mr. Josiah will show us how to properly do that. Okay, so we just wanted to do a couple of them just to demonstrate. And then basically what you need to do is you'll need to take some of the stuff and rake it up out of the way. And you'll see we're like, because there's such a big cluster of them, ideally this is what you want. So some of this stuff that's already dead, this brown stuff, the hedge trimmers won't cut it. So basically you just need to take your hand and pull this stuff out. And in theory, basically, it'll look like this when you're done. It'll all be cleaned up, be nice and neat. You get all this brown, get all the dead out of it. You cut it, it should be, so, and you can tell it's not perfectly even, so if you wanted to, you could go back over, and this is what I used to do too. I just go back over there and touch it up real quick so it's all nice and even. So it should just look similar to that. You can touch it up, make it nice and even. Sometimes you have to cut them twice because when they're wet, they get kind of gummy and they don't want to cut real well. The earlier in the season we do this, the quicker everything goes because the easier everything cuts. Again, you can see all this brown and dead in there. So a lot of times you can basically just pull these up like this. It's not the way to go. It's slow and inefficient, and you can see how you're gonna have to cut that down again. So the way to go is just to cut it down flush to the ground, have the person be right on top of you, raking and removing debris, and then go back up and touch it up. You want everything being nice and clean. You don't want it all jagged. You don't want big tall pieces and little short pieces. So I would just touch that up, trim it down nice and even, and then that's what we'll need to do. Cool. And that's what it should look like. Finished product.